Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is LuckyBunz, and in today's Pokemon Go video, we're going to be talking about the 2 Super Rocket Radars that you get for the month of April. Now, this is going to be a follow-up video to the video I made the other day in regards to should you save your Super Rocket Radar for Shadow Mewtwo. At the time, we did not know if you were actually able to hold on to that Super Rocket Radar or if you had to use it from the timed research. And we're going to talk about all this stuff later on in the video, but of course, as always, before we get started, if you do end up enjoying it, please make sure to smash that like button. It really helps out with the YouTube algorithm. And if you want to see more of these Pokemon Go videos in the future, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button as well. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So in regards to the Super Rocket Radar that you actually get from the timed research, and I'm going to pull this up right now on screen so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. So the timed research specifically for the first week of April is going to be Tricky Pokemon, and it actually awards you a Super Rocket Radar. The tasks are very simple. You don't even have to beat Giovanni as the boss to even get this radar. It's only a one-step quest. And from there, you're basically good to go. Now, this is actually much different than what we've seen in the past in Pokemon Go, because in order to get a Super Rocket Radar, you have to go through the Special Rocket Research quest line. In this case, for me, that was completing the Inter-Eggstein Development quest. For you, it may be different. For you, it may be the higher they fly. And then for this month specifically, the quest is also going to be the higher they fly. And I actually unlocked this morning because I completed my Special Research, the Inter-Eggstein Development, yesterday in order to get myself a Shadow Zapdos. What essentially happens is that in order to actually complete the quest line and then unlock the next quest line, you have to complete the current one and use up that Super Rocket Radar. So what I recommended that you guys do in the last video is hold on to that Super Rocket Radar that you got last month, which ultimately would have been used for Shadow Articuno, and then use that on Shadow Zapdos on the first of the month, basically what I did yesterday. So I went ahead and I beat Giovanni, I completed that quest line, and then I got myself a Shadow Zapdos, which I'll go ahead and I'll show on screen right now. Unfortunately, the IVs were not the best on my Shadow Zapdos, but if you've watched my top best Shadow Pokemon to power up video, then you know that the IVs really don't matter that much on the Shadow Legendary Pokemon because they are so hard to get, and the Shadow Boost makes a massive difference compared to the IVs of a Pokemon. So I'm personally happy with it, can't really complain. A 6 attack stat right there could be better, but it's honestly so much better than so many other electric type attackers in the game. Anyways, though, with that being said, again, going back to what I was talking about in terms of beating Giovanni and kind of carrying over your radar, this is something that we have talked about in the past. But again, the timed research for the tricky Pokemon, this does not fall into that category. This is completely separate from everything else, and what I'm going to recommend that you guys do now that we know this information is do not use this Rocket Radar. Do not use this Super Rocket Radar. You want to hold this for Shadow Mewtwo. Like 100% do not use this unless like you really want 2 Shadow Zapdos or 2 Shadow Moltres or second of any other Shadow Legendary. Save this Super Rocket Radar. It is very rare that we actually get opportunities like this in Pokemon Go. And so if you are watching this right now, do not use this Super Rocket Radar if you have not done so already. Again, I went ahead and I used my Super Rocket Radar from the previous month to get my Shadow Zapdos. And then what I'm going to go ahead and do with this specific Special Rocket Research is that I'm going to use this Super Rocket Radar, which I have to use by the way, for Shadow Moltres next month. And then from there, I can hold the Special Rocket Research quest for Shadow Moltres for the following month, and then hopefully Shadow Mewtwo comes back. If it doesn't, I'll probably just keep going through the process until we eventually come back into rotation for Shadow Mewtwo, and then I'll have the Rocket Radar that I saved from the timed research on top of the one that I was actually carrying over, meaning that I could potentially get 3 Shadow Mewtwo. The one that I saved from the time research, the one that I carried over, and then of course the one for the new month, which is going to be for Shadow Mewtwo. So again, that is potentially 3 Shadow Mewtwo in the future for myself. For those of you who don't know, Shadow Mewtwo is the best Pokemon in Pokemon Go, hands down. It is a beast. Don't ever purify your Shadow Mewtwo. Some of you guys like to joke and comment down below, oh, I'm gonna purify my Shadow Mewtwo, or oh, you should purify this Shadow Mewtwo to get better IVs. Please, for the love of God, do not ever purify your Shadow Mewtwo. It is one of the biggest wastes in Pokemon Go and arguably one of the biggest regrets that newer players make in the game. Now, once again, I did talk about carrying over your Super Rocket Radar from the previous month, in this case the Articuno Radar, to the following month, or it doesn't have to be the specific Articuno Radar. It could be from any previous Rocket Research that you ultimately have. Again, for me, that was the Inter-Eggstein Development quest. For some of you guys, that may be the higher that they fly. Sorry, the higher they fly. Got that a little bit mixed up there. But anyways, you're gonna carry that over, and then once you complete that quest and you beat Giovanni, you catch Shadow Zapdos, the next quest will not appear right away. You have to wait until the next day. So the higher they fly for this month, it didn't pop up until midnight the following day for me. So again, on April 2nd, this is when that next quest popped up. Now, of course, from here, I can go ahead and complete it all the way up to Giovanni, and then I can get the new Super Rocket Radar, hold this again until the beginning of May, and then basically just repeat the process. And then one more thing I want to tell you guys about is that you can actually unequip your Super Rocket Radar. So if you have your Super Rocket Radar enabled, you're only going to get Giovanni encounters, which means that you can't encounter the Rocket Grunts, you can't encounter the Rocket Leaders. But if you unequip your Super Rocket Radar, you can encounter all of that stuff, and you can just hold on to the Super Rocket Radar in your inventory, and it's not going to be used to track down Giovanni for the time being. Of course, you can always re-equip it whenever you want. Just wanted to let you guys know that because I know it's not like the most common information that gets passed around. Most people don't even realize that they can unequip their Super Rocket Radar. I didn't even realize I could do this for like the first few days, and then I was like, wait, I can unequip this? That's pretty convenient. So again, just letting you all know about that. And again, if you have any questions regarding, what to do moving forward, let me know in the comments section down below. I just wanted to make this update video as soon as possible for those of you who still have the Super Rocket Radar from yesterday or maybe haven't completed the time to research yet. You still have about 6 days left in the week. I believe the expiration is going to be on the 8th of April. And yeah, just make sure you get this done, guys. This is an extremely great opportunity to get an extra Super Rocket Radar and one that isn't linked to a special rocket research quest, so absolutely take advantage of it. Save this radar for Shadow Mewtwo in the future. This does not come around very often. Prepping for Shadow Mewtwo in the future is definitely a patience game. We don't even know if it's going to come back into rotation after May. So again, we could be waiting for a really, really long time, but trust me when I say this, it is totally worth it. Anyways, though, that is going to do it for this video. Hope you guys did find it helpful and informative. If you did, please make sure to hit that like button down below. Once again, it really helps me out on the channel here. And of course, if you do want to see more of these Pokemon Go videos in the future, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on that bell notification. And I will see you all real soon in the next one.